What's up, everybody? It's Duke back here from SportsGamers.com, and it is officially Madden season. Madden 21 is out on EA Play. You guys can play it now, and we're going to be dropping our first tip video for Madden 21. I'm going to break down the best new defensive feature in Madden 21 that you must use, guys, to win more games. So, as you guys know, there's always certain routes on offense in Madden that are OP, hard to stop. Corners, posts, deep crossers, things like that are always a pain. And with this defensive feature, we're going to be able to easily lock these routes up, or really anything that we're facing on the offense, we can lock up defensively. So let's get into it now, guys. Before I do, I want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel, smash that like button to show the love. We are going to be doing daily videos from gameplays to tips. Everything you guys need will be here. Also, guys, if you want to dominate Madden 21 from the get-go, be a champion, check out our Madden 21 Champions Kit. You're going to get our defensive domination and offensive domination guides and our weekly Madden Vault membership tips at a really discounted rate. You can also buy them individually, but check out sportsgamers.com, man. We got the best Madden 21 tips. We actually redesigned our site completely new for Madden 21, so you will need to get, when you sign up, you will get a new account login. Anyways, let's get into the tips. So you can see we in Madden 21 now have access to zone drops for flats, curl flats, and hooks. Flats being like, cloud flats and hard flats that would you'd be used on cover 2. Curl flats are more of the purple zones that you see in like cover 3 defenses, and hooks are obviously in a lot of different defenses. But by default, they're not really going to move any different than they normally would. Now, I will say, when you do adjust these, that's going to turn off match coverage, so make sure that you're aware of that. Now, first things first, just want to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about with hard to stop routes. Like, for instance, this crossing route from Dagger is year after year been a problem. Last year, it was one of the best plays in the game. So we're just in a stock cover 2 here. And you guys can see, I grabbed Sherman, who's one of the best zone corners you can get on regs. And you guys know that when you go ahead and roll out, at the pocket, you definitely can throw this ball pretty much guaranteed every single time because, it gets behind cloud flats, but then also it gets underneath deep zones. So what can we do to counter that? And that's the zone drop feature. So we're going to go into our coaching adjustments, and for flats, we're going to go ahead and set them to 25 is what I like to do. 20 is pretty good too, but sometimes it can still get behind. 30 I think is a little bit too deep, but I like to use 25 for these deep crossers. So you guys can see that I can get right back into my cover 2 defense just like this. And we'll do the same exact play of trade Y flex dagger, and you guys are going to see that now Sherman, he drops directly underneath that route. So if I do the exact same adjustments offensively, I'm not going to be able to throw this because he's going to drop too far back. Even with the rollout, you guys can see he's right there to make that play on the ball. You can click on, pick it off, just swat it out of there, but he's in perfect position to take that away. Now, like I said, I like to set it to 25 for my zone drop. I've had success with 20. It's just sometimes 20, if they get the perfect pass lead, can be a little too shallow. But 25, you're pretty much always going to be there. So you guys can see here, Sherman, he's pretty much just dropping right back, right where the route is going. He's in perfect position. He's literally, as you guys can see, about the same level as the receiver. So you guys can see, they can't throw it now because the hook zones are there. And then as you guys can see, we try to chuck this up. Sherman's right there for the easy knockout. Great defense. You guys can see this is not going to be a good throw ever. We're not going to be able to complete that. Now, you can take this a step further. You can do things differently for, clouds and, like I said, the curl flats. It's not just cover 2 defense that you can use this for. So, for instance, let's say that we had, cover 3 defense, right? And this is for a curl flat, quarter flat, seam flat. So that's going to be typically found in cover 3s or cover 4. So we can just get right back in the same type of defense. Let's do cover 3 sky. And you guys will see that this purple zone will essentially do the same thing. He's essentially going to drop right under that deep crosser, and he's going to do a great job of defending it. So let's take a look at this at our curl flat, our cover 3. Our free safety should be able to make a good play on the ball. We're going to go ahead and baseline this. But you guys are going to notice that the curl flat, he will play it as well. Because, again, we set our zone drop to 25 yards, so he's able to get underneath these annoying deep crossers right on point. See that? He's right there. I mean, that's, like I said, I can't really click on and throw the ball at the same time, but that's going to be a pick-off, maybe a deflection, but you're not going to be able to complete this throw. I don't really care. The rollout doesn't matter. You guys can see we're in literally perfect position. We could not be in any better. So you see we go for the pick here, and essentially the offensive player has to play defense because we're in such great position to break this up. So, that is going to allow us to play this whether want to play a cover 3, cover 4, cover 2. It really doesn't matter. So you could even see the difference here, a cover 4 drop. You're going to see the same thing is going to happen. And again, this is just something that you can utilize for any route that's giving you problems. It doesn't have to be this deep crosser route. Now this time notice that our DB in the slot is in the curl flat, and he's going to do the same exact thing, guys. He's going to be in perfect position. But, you can use this tactic for any route that's giving you problems, whether it's a deep crosser, someone throwing a corner route, a post behind your hook zones. Again, look how he's just right there, perfect position. Forces a bad throw because he's in perfect position, and really, honestly, Sherman could have picked that off. So again, he's just not open. So like I said, though, this is something that can be used for many routes. So another really popular route over the years has been just throwing post routes right behind the hook zones, and the hook zones just, you know how the game goes. They just do not react, and I'm just gonna find a good post to show you guys this with, and we're gonna keep it moving. So I think we're gonna go ahead and run this tight. Or not the tight, excuse me, but the bunch tight end. There's a good post in there that I can show you guys what I mean. So inside switch, there's a few different posts, honestly, but inside switch is a good example. So if I just pick standard, defense, right, with some hook zones. All right, guys, so now I want to show you what I mean by, the fact that these hook zones can be affected too. So let's get in cover 4, show you how these hook curls really play. So as you guys notice, we got 2 hook curls on the field, right? And we're going to be looking at defending a post. Now, as you guys should know, for years now, you've just really been easily able to just throw post routes over the middle of the field because the defensive hook zones just do not drop far enough, As you can see there, they let the post get behind them pretty much every time, so you pretty much have to manually use that post. Now, if you guys take a look at the replay, you can see the point that this post gets open. We're at about, 10, 15 yards downfield is normally when these posts will get open. So if you see someone is continuously throwing a post over your hook zone and you don't want to have to user it, you can do the same exact thing. When you go into the coaching adjustments, we're going to turn our curl flats back onto default. And we're going to put our zone drop for the hooks at about 15. Now this does, as you guys can see, the hook curl, vertical hook, 3-rec hook, and mid-read. So when we do this, these post routes should no longer just be getting over the top of our defenders. Now, you guys will have to be careful because obviously you should know different post routes, they'll break at different points of the route and get open at different points. So you might need to change it up slightly more, slightly less on the zone drop depending upon, your different hook zone. But as you guys can see there and the different post route they're running, that was not going to be open at all. Let's can take a look. You guys can see here, our hook zones were right in that spot. As you guys can see, we were giving up the underneath route, but that's the thing. You're giving up the underneath route, and they're going to have to take that. Obviously, you can use it underneath route. But look, see how this hook zone drops right under the post? You can't throw it there. And also, if you try to throw it in this spot right here, this one is also dropping back deep, so he's not going to be just waiting there either. He's going to be covering that very well. So if you take a look at the replay, we're going to do the same exact thing again. We're going to go ahead and see we're in cover 4. You guys are going to see we can try to throw this, and that's just not going to be there. I didn't even have to click on. The defense was doing that all by themselves. I hope this video helped you learn how you can utilize this new zone drop feature. I promise you, if you guys use this, you're going to be able to take away a lot of the most popular routes you'll see on offense, and it's going to help your defense tremendously. It's going to help you guys win more games. So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more. And in the meantime, check out sportsgamers.com for the best Madden 21 content available anywhere.